Let's move ahead here to the team that's going to win the division. Philadelphia Eagles made a trade. AJ, we got a new number 3 receiver.
Yep.
Washington, in a brilliant move, is sending former first-round pick Jahan Dotson and a fifth-round pick to the Eagles in exchange for a third-round and 2 seventh-round picks. So basically, we get Sean Watson for a third. It was an extra third that we had gained during the draft for moving inside the draft. And so we still have a third. We trade him for a third, and we exchange a 2 sevenths for a fifth. So,
So this third was just playing with house money, the one that you sent. Like,
we had an extra.
Wasn't really ours. Like, we kind of had an extra one. Yeah, that's okay. Let's both sides here.
Let's start with the Eagles. It's
Yeah.
a great fit. They've been looking for a number 3 receiver. They weren't happy, obviously, with Paris Campbell. What's his name? Devontae Parker, someone who they liked, retired. Everyone else there just didn't quite fit.
Yeah.
I think Roman Wilson was there. Johnny Wilson.
Yeah.
And then
That's that 6'6" guy.
Yeah, rookie from Michigan, I think. He didn't work out. And so they go get Jahan Dotson, a former first-round pick from the Commanders, who, let's go over to the Commanders side now, just didn't fit their scheme. We saw him ball out his second year.
No, his first year.
We saw him out his first year and look legit.
Yeah.
Like legit talent, legit route runner, all these different things. But for whatever reason, did not fit with this new regime. They try to stick him in the slot. They now clear up that spot for someone they drafted in Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And so he'll play the slot for that. And Jahan Dotson's just a casualty of changing regimes, I think.
We were positive on the Commanders. This is the first thing where it's like, that's kind of stupid. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
To trade a guy, I told you this earlier, pre-show, when teams trade players because they don't fit the new scheme, I don't like that. Because why don't you just these people are smart. They're coordinators for like a reason. They're operate at the highest level for a reason. Just find a role for him then.
You
couldn't find a place for Jahan Dotson on your team on the field. Like
so Kingsbury has very clear roles for his receivers, right? He has an XYZ.
Yeah.
Right. So he has a clear slot. That's going to be Luke McCaffrey now. The spot that I think he could have just stuck him in is where De'Ami Brown is probably going to play.
Right. The perimeter.
And that's just a field stretcher type guy. The guy can fly, 4.3 speed. Just they want De'Ami Brown there for their chance, and of course Terry McLaurin has the other spot locked up. So they move on, and it's just they get a third. Two for 2 years ago their first becomes a third. That's not great.
Let me put on my tinfoil hat here.
Yeah.
Is this a? I saw this on Twitter right after. I didn't even know whether to believe it or not.
I know what you're gonna say.
This is not an IU kind of getting.
That's what everyone said, and then Ari Merov from the 33rd team came out and said there was discussion between those two teams. The Niners did not want Jahan Dotson, and so they passed on him. They wanted, if they weren't going to get a first-round pick, which is a non-starter for the Commanders, they wanted Terry McLaurin. Yep. Terry McLaurin was a non-starter for the Commanders. Talks never went past that. So, that being said, I don't know why they trade Terry McLaurin now, and not as opposed to a couple weeks ago. So I think that's dead in the water. People like it because Ayuk played with Jaden Daniels in college at Arizona State, so that's why people kind of want it to happen, but I don't think that's a real thing.
Yeah, winners and losers just off the bat. Jaden Daniels is his first L because he lost he's lost a weapon.
I mean, I'm interested to see what these new guys do. De'Ami Brown is a guy who's also flashed, not at the level that Jahan Dotson had. And then Luke McCaffrey, I mean, we'll see.
He's third-round pick. I mean, that's
in the slot. We'll see. So I've heard in camp, no one can guard him. So
and Scary Terry is just Scary Terry for a reason.
Oh, he's gonna eat
McLaurin. But Philly, good for them. They clean up on.
So pumped about it.
I mean, now you surround Jalen Hurts with like 5 good pass-catching weapons, including Saquon Barkley.
So Kellen Moore loves his 3 receiver sets. So he gets his third receiver now. But I think a bigger deal for the Eagles, AJ, I don't know if you're going to agree with this, is just that for the last couple of years, we've enjoyed incredible health with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. And hopefully this year too. But if, God forbid, someone were to go down for a couple of games, having Jahan Dotson as our number 2 instead of Paris Campbell is huge.
Who's that guy who had Quez Watkins?
God,
I
don't want to talk about Quez.
God, he sucks.
he was worse than Aguilar.
Didn't he caught? Never mind, I'm not saying anything.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I remember that catch. Yeah.
Yes,
non-catch.
Anyway, love it. AJ, any thoughts on Jahan Dotson, new Philadelphia Eagle on the Super Bowl Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, just as soon as I saw it, I just felt like comfortable. Like, okay, wide receiver 3 is
done.
Is taken care of.
Yep.
Like that's been our.
Get that one.
Jeez, you doing it?
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay. No, you don't. I mean,
okay. There it is. There you go.
No, honestly, I just felt like okay, this is finally taken care of. It's been an issue. Yeah, whether you want to call it an issue or not, it's been a focus that we've needed to address. Yeah. It's finally been addressed. It costs nothing essentially, so I'm psyched.
You have a pretty complete pass catching team around Jalen Hurts. That's pretty good. That's
it's
really
a big year for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
like you got to make it work.
You have Dallas Goedert healthy. You have Saquon Barkley obviously coming in. Now you have Jahan Dotson just to sprinkle in because you have AJ Brown and DeVonta Smith. Good for them.
The only questions on offense, we got a new center and we have some questions at right guard. Other than that, I don't know what else you want.
Good luck, Packers. Week 1 coming for your asses.
So fun, man.
Sorry, I looked directly at you.
It's gonna be good.
This is your fault.
The line on that is going back and forth. It swung over to in favor of the Eagles by I think -2, but it hasn't passed that 3, which is if it's inside 3, it's basically kind of like a pick'em game.
Yeah.
And it kind of hasn't passed that.
What if you look at like all of our lists? We got the Eagles and Packers. What was it, like 5 and 6, or 4 and 5, or 6 and 7?
Yeah, I was thinking the only better matchup you could do is if you threw the Texans in there and you could replace them, like because everyone else has the Eagles at 4, Packers at 5, whatever. And so this is a great game week.